yourself?
I'm Paul Johnson, and I'm a professor in the seawall group studying and doing research with the turf grasses. And I'd like to show you the National Turfgrass Evaluation Program Cool Season Low Input Trial, a long title for a fairly small plot. This is really a test for the ultra low maintenance. What things can survive with no fertilizer, no weed control, but most importantly, no irrigation. This plot has been in for about 4 years now, and I'll show you a few of the varieties or the species that have done well year after year and those that have not. In general, the best adapted for these kind of conditions are the wheat grasses. We have this one right here. It's an intermediate wheatgrass, usually used for rangelands, but it can be a good turf under these kind of conditions. It will go dormant early in the summer, but then survive year after year. There are two other wheat grasses. The crested wheat grass, not quite as thick, but it does tend to survive very well. This does have some clover mixed in here. It came in from another plot. And then if you want to come over here, this one here is a Streambank wheatgrass, well adapted in our area, not as high a quality as that intermediate wheatgrass, but will survive and compete well with weeds. If you kind of look around, you can see the plots that survive the best, have the best cover. They don't have many weeds. This one right here obviously is not doing well and is full of weeds. So that's kind of the indicator of what really is surviving year after year. We do have some of the more traditional turf grasses in here also, and the best one of those is probably the tall fescue entries. And this one here is a Kentucky 31, standard kind of a forage type, but does survive in our location here because it can root very deeply and survive well, and not have any irrigation. There are other tall fescues that range from good, like this one here, has a better color, but not quite as thick as a Kentucky 31. Other tall fescues have not done as well as the one right here. The Kentucky bluegrasses did survive well for about the first year or two, but now really only one of the Kentucky blues are really keeping their stand. And this one right here is the old variety Ken Blue. It does keep a reasonable stand after this amount of time. But the fine fescues, these in front here, really have not survived well. They lose a lot of their stand, they get clumpy, and then as a result, they tend to have a lot of weeds that are coming in now. We have a kind of an unusual entry in this one trial too. It's a yarrow, typical yarrow you might find in your landscape, but it was a variety selected to be used as a turf. This one actually retains green color the best of all these other entries long into the summertime. I'd like to look at how well it can tolerate traffic, but it does keep a good cover. It competes well with weeds and looks reasonably good. This trial we will have in for the next, say, 2 years, and we'll continue to study these and evaluate these and give recommendations on what can really be a truly no maintenance turf in our state.